What's up, kids? Let's do some Q&A here today. So you're kicking off your week. You're wherever you are in your week. Maybe you work different days than I do, but you're kicking off your week and you so get distracted, right? Cesar asked a really great question today. This is kind of a snippet of his question, but ultimately, how do you pick the right thing and stick with it and then not get distracted by all the crazy other stuff out there? So for most of us, and again, I think this is a great time to talk about this because there's so many conferences, live events, all kind of stuff coming back online, which is so fun, right? But if it's in the business line that you're going after, if you're showing up for more conferences, if you're attending more and more live events, man, so glad you're getting back to life. But wow, does it get distracting. So ask your questions as we go through this. I'll do my best to show you how I do it and give you ideas if you're struggling in a certain area. I used to be really, really distractible from an entrepreneurial standpoint. I'm pretty ADHD. In fact, I'm very ADHD, so that's part of my nature. Surprisingly or not for you, most entrepreneurs are pretty ADHD. We definitely tend to slide down that spectrum. So we get pretty distracted pretty easily. So of course, you can do the normal things to keep your day in, day out distractions to a minimum, turning off notifications, taking whatever kind of meds you need to take. I drink a lot of caffeine. Caffeine works for me. Stimulants work a lot for us, right? Not to stay awake, I get plenty of sleep. My brain is calmer when I drink caffeine. Task lists, reminders, having accountability, all that kind of stuff helps you with the day in, day out stuff. But Cesar's question is a little deeper than that, right? So you've got a plan, you're working on something, and you get distracted. You're like over here crushing this prospecting idea you've got. You read a book, listened to a podcast, got somebody's course, whatever, and you're going after it, right? And then all of a sudden you're like 3 weeks in, you're like, man, I'm not sure this is working, but I just watched this webinar over here and now this is working. I should go do that. And so off to the races you go there. But ultimately nothing happens, right? Nothing gets done. If it's prospecting, if it's lead gen some other way, if it's selling, if it's building out marketing plans, building out the coolest, latest, greatest funnel or website, all kinds of people are gonna have all kinds of opinions. My goal with most of what we talk about here in this place right here is to help you market, monetize, and build high-ticket group coaching programs, all right? But these principles work throughout any entrepreneurial venture. I've done a bunch of things as an entrepreneur, right? I like it, it's fun. But the principles are what you need to pay attention to, not the particular marketing plan, selling plan, which funnel works the best, all that stuff. Okay, let's talk principles then so you can anchor yourself down. Number one, and people mentioned this down here below in a couple of the comments already, people answering this question. A niche really helps, all right? Picking a specific market, a specific people group, a specific product line, a specific service, a specific done for you or coaching or education. Pick a people group you can help. They need to be able to pay you, so they gotta have some money, right? They also need to be able to learn and listen in a way that you communicate. So if you like doing video, you need to have people who like attending video sessions. If you like doing everything in a written blog format, and that's how you want to reach people, you need to have that. So think about your audience. They need to be an audience that can pay you. They need to like the kind of content you throw out there, not because your content's flashy or you have the right headers or whatever, but just because they're in the place where you like to deliver content. Super straightforward. Can they pay you? I'm talking niche here, okay? Then we're gonna get into more how to really stay focused. Niches are so important. Let's just talk about that for a second. Again, ask questions if you got it. Can they pay you? Are they where you want to hang out? Don't go try to recreate how you want to hang out. If you're a Facebook person, do it. If you're an Instagram person, do it. There are plenty of your niche in every one of those spots, I promise, okay? And then 3, do you have the expertise that your niche wants to learn about, right? Do you got something they want? If you do, then go after it. Don't overthink the niche thing. Dial it in. This is hard for me, folks. I don't like niching down either. I really don't. Because it makes you feel like you're losing half your audience or 90% of the world or whatever. I get it. But I promise, as scary as it is, the more you dial in who you're working with, the more they will respond to your message. And the easier it gets to lock in exactly what you should and should not be doing. That's gonna help, all right? So, start there. Let me make sure I'm not missing. Hey, what's up? It's so great to see you. Cool, got it. All right, so make sure that you're doing this stuff. Naveed, awesome to see you. Make sure you're doing this stuff. Niche down. Zero in. As you zero in, you're gonna get better and better at locking in on what you need to do. Okay, let's talk about not getting distracted by all these shiny objects out there. Here's what I do. I know my audience. If I don't, I pick a niche and I go after it, right? And I start figuring that niche out. Yeah, man, thanks. Brett, good to see you too. Naveed, thanks so much, dude. Brett, thanks, man. That's awesome. Once you get that niche settled in, it helps you with a lot of decision making, because now I know where I should and shouldn't be prospecting, or I have good ideas about it. I know the kind of prospecting or selling or building out their products or services or teaching or whatever that I should or shouldn't be doing. I'm just using the prospecting and selling and building out products or services as examples. Fill in the blank, folks. Do the work, pick a niche. Once you do that, lock in there. Start serving those people, all right? Pick a platform to market on and go after it. Meaning, like, if you're a Facebook person, get really good at Facebook, or make a Facebook group, or do something, get really good at it. If you're an Instagram person or a LinkedIn person or a Clubhouse person or a webinar person or an email list person or whatever, do the thing that you're already good at and go after it, because you're gonna have way less to learn and you're gonna be way less distractible because you already know the basics, right? That's really, really important. So, for instance, I'm an electric car, electric bike, electric skateboard guy. I like electric stuff, all right? I used to be into gas-powered vehicles and all kind of fun stuff. I've so completely gotten out of that space as a hobbyist that I'm all about the electric stuff. So I'd have to go relearn and be re-distracted if I was gonna create that new hobby. Same with business. Pick the thing you like already doing and go after it. Saves a learning curve. Pick a niche, pick a place that you're comfortable marketing or doing whatever you do, and do the work in that place, like a social media channel or whatever you like doing. Pick a spot and stick with it. Okay, let's get to the crazy stuff. Messaging, how often, how do I build sequences out, all that kind of thing. Start doing it. If you market, if you approach, if you serve as yourself, right? Don't overthink that. Look at the header on this video right here. It's not that complicated. I put live Q&A and I literally quoted Cesar's question. I didn't think of the 3 steps you must do before the end of the world to be a successful mastermind or group coach leader. I didn't do that, right? Come on. I'm trying to make sure I can give you real advice and be real right here in this place. Leah, it's great to see you. I want to make sure I can serve you. Do the same with the market you're working in. If it's service-based, if it's teaching or coaching or training, if you're an expert, you're delivering content, if you're marketing, if you're selling, if you're delivering what you've already sold, be you and it'll work. Be consistent, be you. All right, now, that's just basic framework of how I do things. I pick a place I'm gonna market, I pick a niche that I'm gonna go after, and I just stay consistent with being me and delivering my expertise. Sometimes for free, like right here on these live Q&As, sometimes for paid, like if you're in one of our paid programs. Just be you and deliver awesomeness and help your people actually succeed. The people in our program succeed. The people in our Facebook community for free right here on our YouTube channel or whatever, they get really good free information. It's okay to do that. Like, be you and be honest and be out there, be ethical, just deliver awesomeness. Okay, here's a big thing that I stay focused on. I read a lot, I learn a lot, constantly learning, right? I read one business book, one autobiography or biography, historical figures, and one sci-fi book in a sequence. So I probably read that sequence every month, okay? So I'll read a business book, and I'll read and I'm after business principle books, you know? Not as much like how to do this thing, like build a funnel, but how to like lead, how to communicate, how to sell, how to lead a community virtually, like how to do things principally. I read that. That's my business book, okay? Once a month, reading one of those. Once a month, I'm also reading a historical biography or autobiography. I like people who are dead, folks. I like seeing that somebody has been tried and true and they stuck around. People haven't changed that much in a couple thousand years, and it's really important that we learn how great people ahead of us, if they were horrible people or wonderful people, if they led a people group, you're gonna learn something from them, okay? I read from all over the world, all types of people, all religions, all races, all geographic regions, all historical aspects, because I like knowing what to actually do as a person who's leading a community, all right? From all different angles. That's really, really important. Rock, best book for leading virtually. You know, Rock, I'd say Delivering Happiness is what instantly pops in my mind, or The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. Delivering Happiness is the guy from, he started Zappos shoes, sold to Amazon, I think, for 1.1 billion, something like that. And he talks about how he built his team culture. I read that book when I first started building my team virtually 7 or 8 years ago. And then I would say The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team is a book that I keep going back to every couple of years. If you're leading local or virtual teams, it's a great book on conversations and how to actually lead well and be open and be authentic and let your communities that you're leading, like this right here, or your team, like your virtual team, like you have, Brock, and a local team, actually leaning on you and be an awesome boss. So hope that helps. Both good books. Patrick Lencioni is the guy for 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. He's the author there. Tony Hsieh, I think, is the author who started Zappos shoes. Anyway, hope that helps. Okay, let's talk distractions, just big distractions. I read, all right, business book, historical figure book, biography, autobiography, and a sci-fi book once a month. Sci-fi is pure fun, right? Okay. That's what I do for learning. I also attend one conference a year, folks. One a year. Obviously, last year was a little bit off, but I attend one conference a year. I pick a business conference, and I pick that conference not because I want to crack the code on what those people are doing, like the ClickFunnels conference, for instance. I would pick that conference if I knew that the presentations and the structure of the machine that I'm getting to look in on is what I want to learn about. So if you go to a ClickFunnels conference, you're there to be sold to. That's the goal of the conference, right? Nothing wrong with that. I've gone to ClickFunnels conferences and I've purchased. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm there not to be entertained. And honestly, I'm not there to hear the top 5 speakers I just want to see on stage present their thing, because truly what they present in their webinars or in their books or on their live YouTube channels or whatever is the same thing they're going to talk about. It's the same thing over and over. I'm there to see how the machine works, okay? I can watch the conference online. I can network in ways that are actually more profitable and efficient than going to a conference. Being in a high-ticket mastermind, for me personally, like being a member of Mastermind, is a way more efficient way to prospect. Not to prospect, let's say to make the connections and network that I need to move forward as a leader. I don't want to hang out with people who are changing business cards. I want to hang out with people who are actually getting stuff done. So I reach up to the best mastermind I can personally connect to or afford to be in, and I choose to be in that. That's what I do, all right? It works every time. It's not the leader of the mastermind, and I would say about my masterminds that I lead too, it's not about me, it's the amazing people in the mastermind. People get more out of the group than they get out of me, all right? Just saying. So I show up for one conference a year. I pick the one I want to go learn how they're doing it. I literally sit in the back, I sit on the side, I sit one session in the front. I'll stay out in the hallway during a session. Like, I'm watching how their teams work, I'm watching how they build, I'm watching how they build anticipation, I'm watching how they do the things that actually get the work done, the sales done, the prospecting done, the community built. That's the stuff that I really want to know what's working and how is it working, all right? That's why I go to conferences. For connections and networking, I'm very specific about that, folks. Time is the one limited resource you have on this planet, so I lean in on masterminds that I'm part of. I lean on the mastermind that I lead. I've made the most amazing connections to the mastermind I lead. Here's why I'm going to go back to that. A lot of you folks are here to lead your own high-ticket group coaching. You're figuring out how to market it, monetize, and lead a high-ticket group coaching program. The reason that works is because, yeah, you'll make a ton of money doing it. The reason it works, though, is because you're putting people together who actually want to make a change happen so bad that they are willing to take definite, strong action. They're not buying a $1,000, $2,000 e-course, which is, I'm not knocking that. That's expensive for some people, but that's where we all started, right? People who actually commit to paying $5, $10, $15, $50, $100,000, whatever, for a mastermind are committed to changing. Everybody in that group is committed to changing. and they're go-getters, and it's a different level of people. It really is, folks. So get in there and make a connection, join a group. Otherwise, you're going to end up showing up at a marketing event and you're going to be sold to instead of being in a place where you can spend your time and being connected to people who can actually help you change. Not just the leader of the group, but other people in the group who are like, oh my gosh, I learned how to do this for real. This person sat down with me for 4 hours on a Zoom call and showed me exactly how to do this. And I didn't have to go buy their course. No, because you're in the same mastermind. That's why that works so well. Dustin, what's up, man? So great to see you. So that's how I stay. Cesar, long answer to your question. Really hope that helps. I don't have a structure around that. I just have a very definite plan, a principle set around how I don't get distracted. So if you jumped in halfway through this video, if you're catching it on the replay, go back and see that principle set. Number one is I have a niche. Number two is I definitely know where I'm marketing and how I'm going to deliver my content. I'm keeping it all simple, all right? You can change those things over time. One more thing there, Cesar, is I don't change and I will not change niche. I won't even think about it for 90-day increments, all right? I pick a spot, I start going after it. If I want to make a slight change, I make slight changes based on the success or failure I'm seeing in marketing. I stay after marketing programs, marketing patterns pretty consistently for 90 days at a time. I don't shift wildly at the end of 90 days, I make tweaks. All right. I also make tweaks to my marketing, messaging, plans, all that kind of stuff once a month. I try something out, try messaging out, try sequences out, try emails, try the way our funnels are built, all that kind of stuff. And I make tweaks once I have data. I don't make tweaks because I think, oh, I should make a change. That's a cool thing I just saw. I just watched a video and somebody told me to do this. I don't make that change for that reason. I make the change because I see a need to make a change. I measure everything. Everything's on spreadsheets. And I lock everything in because I want to make sure that I'm making logical changes based on data, not emotional changes based on how I feel that day. And I'm a pretty emotional guy, all right? So I don't like it when things don't go well, and I love it when things go well. So I might have actually made really crappy decisions from a marketing standpoint, for instance, for a week or two, but I had a couple of really good sales come in, okay? So if my sales came in, that could have been from stuff I did a month ago. I could be feeling on a high on a Friday afternoon, not looking at my data from a marketing standpoint and make horrible marketing decisions because I should have looked at the data, not realized, oh, I feel awesome because we made a ton of money this week or something like that. No, the goal is to be level-headed and lock in and check the data. There you go. Pick your niche, know the space you're working in, and practice your craft slowly, intentionally. Be authentic, be real, be honest. Help people grow. Help them for free in some spaces. Help them for paid in some spaces. Help them grow. All right? That's just common sense marketing baseline. I don't get distracted because I choose to read on that pattern I just talked about. In that way, I read that way all the time. From several, I've read that way for 6-7 years now. By the way, I read Audible. I'm not a good word reader on paper. Again, lots of ADHD going on in my head, so Audible really keeps me going. I can be moving while I'm learning. That's pretty important for a lot of you ADHDers out there, moving while you're learning. Again, go back, rewind the video if you want to go back and see that reading pattern. And then I don't get distracted with conferences. If I'm going to go to any conference, watch any webinar, attend anybody else's show, it is because I'm there to learn how they're doing it, not because I'm there to be entertained. If you're there to be entertained, you're there to be sold, all right? If you're there to learn, you will actually take action and you can learn what they're doing and apply it, okay? And then I'm part of masterminds. Reach to the highest level mastermind with an author or coach or speaker or somebody you actually trust, somebody who's done what you're trying to do. For instance, I teach people how to build high-ticket masterminds like I have, all right, to start from zero audience and build them and grow them, monetize them, lead them. And it's a relatively easy process. You just gotta know what to do. I don't teach how to build funnels like a ClickFunnels. I don't teach how to do paid traffic, all right? Not my expertise. If that's what you wanna learn how to do, go find somebody who you trust who's talking about that and join their group. Ultimately, find the person who knows how to do what you do. Lean in on them if you trust them and get into their highest level mastermind group coaching product they have. where they're going to be there on a weekly consistent basis and where the team is going to be there and they're committed and high-end people. If you get in that kind of space, you will learn more and grow more from the people than you will from the coach. The coaching will be awesome, but you're going to learn from the people, and that's what's so important. All right, that's it for me today, folks. You kids have a great time. Get out there, stay focused, stay after it. You got this. You so got this. This is the most amazing time to be on planet Earth as a business owner, marketer, expert, trying to teach what you do, show people how to lean on your expertise I've ever seen. Like, it keeps getting better. Oh my gosh, it keeps getting better. People are all trying to get back to normal, get out, do stuff. But people are more virtual now than ever before. Pandemic or no pandemic, people were getting more virtual than ever before. People also are realizing that the traditional ways to learn what you want to learn is not going to school or college. I got college-aged kids right now that are in college, right? They don't have a forward plan. They're working great jobs, they're doing awesome stuff, but they don't have a plan for their life. So they're in college, great. But I'm telling you, you're going to learn, we all do. We learn the real stuff that mattered, that changed our lives by learning from other experts, not from college. And the world's figuring that out. Be your expert. Learn how to monetize from scratch, no audience, your awesome group, and build your own high-ticket mastermind, folks. You make money. I'm talking at least $5,000 a person in a group, and at least 5 people in a group. And you should be able to get there in at least 6 or 8 weeks. Like, you should be able to build a mastermind that quickly, monetize it, and then go to the next one and the next one. And over a few times, the scale there and the reach you get is really cool. Do that. You got this. Like, this is the moment. I see it happen all the time. Y'all are awesome. Get after it. Ask questions down here below in the comments. Reach out if you need help. Comments, private message me, whatever. If you're too embarrassed to write something in the comment trying to figure something out, we got you. All right. Talk soon, kids.